According to Gnostic principles, personal growth is often hindered by various obstacles that prevent individuals from achieving spiritual enlightenment and understanding their true divine nature. While traditional Gnosticism doesn't explicitly list enemies to personal growth in the same way modern self-help literature might, we can interpret certain Gnostic concepts to identify obstacles to spiritual and personal development. Here are 7 enemies to personal growth derived from Gnostic principles. 1. Ignorance, or agnosis. The primary enemy in Gnosticism is ignorance, especially ignorance of one's true spiritual nature and the divine spark within. Overcoming ignorance through knowledge, gnosis, is central to Gnostic salvation. 2. The archons. In Gnostic cosmology, archons are rulers or authorities that govern the material world and work to keep human souls trapped in the physical realm in ignorance. They represent external powers and internal psychological forces that distract us from spiritual truths. 3. The demiurge. The demiurge is the creator god of the material world in Gnostic belief, often depicted as a false god who keeps humanity ensnared in the physical and away from the spiritual. The demiurge symbolizes attachment to materialism and the illusion of external reality. 4. Hylic mindset. The term hylic refers to those who are primarily identified with their physical existence and material aspects of life. This mindset is an enemy to personal growth, as it denies the importance of spiritual awareness and inner development. 5. False beliefs and dogma. Gnosticism emphasizes personal spiritual knowledge over accepted doctrines and dogmas. Blindly following external religious or societal beliefs without personal understanding can hinder personal and spiritual growth. 6. Fear. Fear, especially the fear of death or the unknown, can prevent individuals from pursuing their spiritual path and seeking deeper truths. Gnosticism teaches the transcendence of fear through the realization of one's immortal divine essence. 7. Ego and false identity. Identifying solely with one's ego or false self, without recognizing the deeper divine spark within, is seen as a major barrier to enlightenment and personal growth in Gnosticism. The ego is often associated with selfish desires, delusion, and separation from the divine. These enemies are not external foes, but represent internal states, beliefs, and structures that must be recognized, understood, and transcended to achieve Gnostic enlightenment and personal growth. Ignorance. In the rich tapestry of Gnostic thought, ignorance, or agnosis, is identified not merely as a lack of knowledge, but as a profound misunderstanding or unawareness of one's true nature and the essence of the divine. This form of ignorance is seen as the root of all suffering and the primary obstacle on the path to enlightenment and personal development. It's a spiritual amnesia that keeps individuals anchored in the material realm, oblivious to their inherent divinity and connection to a higher reality. The nature of ignorance. Ignorance within the Gnostic framework is multifaceted. It encompasses not only the unawareness of the divine spark within each individual, but also a misunderstanding of the universe's nature and our place within it. This ignorance is perpetuated by societal norms, cultural conditioning, and often our educational systems, which may prioritize empirical knowledge over spiritual wisdom. The result is a civilization deeply entrenched in materialism, often valuing external achievements and possessions over internal growth and enlightenment. The consequences of such ignorance are profound, leading to a life filled with confusion, dissatisfaction, and a perpetual feeling of emptiness. Individuals may find themselves chasing after fleeting pleasures and superficial achievements, mistaking them for sources of true happiness and fulfillment. However, these pursuits only serve to deepen the chasm between the self and its true nature, leading to a cycle of desire and disillusionment. The manifestation of ignorance in daily life. In everyday life, ignorance manifests in various ways, from the choices we make to the values we hold dear. For instance, prioritizing a high-paying job over a vocation that aligns with one's passions and spiritual values can be a reflection of ignorance. Similarly, adhering to societal pressures to conform to certain lifestyles or ideologies without introspection reflects a lack of understanding of one's true self and purpose. Overcoming ignorance. The journey to overcome ignorance is, at its core, a journey towards self-discovery and enlightenment. It requires a willingness to question, explore, and ultimately transcend the limitations of conventional wisdom. Here are key steps in the process of overcoming ignorance. 1. Cultivating self-awareness. The first step in overcoming ignorance is developing an acute awareness of one's thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. This self-awareness allows individuals to recognize the areas in which ignorance manifests in their lives and the ways in which it influences their choices and perceptions. 2. Seeking knowledge. True knowledge, or gnosis in the Gnostic sense, transcends mere intellectual understanding. It involves a direct experiential understanding of the divine and one's place within the cosmos. This pursuit of knowledge requires an open mind, a humble heart, and the courage to explore beyond the boundaries of mainstream beliefs and practices. 3. Engaging in spiritual practices. Practices such as meditation, prayer, and contemplation are vital tools in the quest to overcome ignorance. These practices help quiet the mind, allowing for a deeper connection with the divine and facilitating moments of insight and enlightenment. 4. Community and dialogue. Engaging with a community of like-minded individuals can provide support and guidance on the spiritual journey. Dialogue with others offers new perspectives and insights, helping to dispel ignorance and broaden one's understanding. 5. Living consciously. Making choices that reflect one's spiritual values and understanding fosters a life of authenticity and purpose. This involves acting with intention, being mindful of the impact of one's actions, and seeking harmony with the natural world. Real-life application. Consider the transformation of someone trapped in the cycle of material pursuit, who begins to question the source of true happiness. Through introspection, they might discover a deep-seated passion for helping others, leading them to volunteer or change careers. This shift towards a life aligned with inner values and the pursuit of spiritual fulfillment exemplifies the journey from ignorance to enlightenment. Overcoming ignorance is an essential step on the path to personal and spiritual growth. It is a journey that demands courage, introspection, and a relentless pursuit of truth. By embracing the quest for knowledge, engaging in spiritual practices, and living consciously, individuals can transcend the limitations of ignorance, uncover their true nature, and embark on a fulfilling journey toward enlightenment and self-realization. Exploring and transcending the influence of the archons on personal growth. In Gnostic cosmology, the archons occupy a critical role as the gatekeepers of the material realm and the perpetuators of spiritual ignorance. Representing both literal and metaphorical barriers to enlightenment, they are seen as formidable forces that ensnare human souls in the physical world, diverting them from their spiritual path and true purpose. Understanding the nature of the archons and how to transcend their influence is crucial for anyone on the journey toward personal growth and spiritual awakening. The nature of the archons. The archons are often depicted as powerful entities or energies that govern the material world and work to maintain human beings in a state of forgetfulness of their divine origins. They can be understood as embodiments of various systemic and personal challenges that hinder spiritual enlightenment, including societal norms, cultural conditioning, and internal psychological barriers such as fear, doubt, and self-limitation. These forces are adept at creating illusions that distract from the pursuit of spiritual truth, fostering attachments to material success, external validation, and superficial identities. By promoting a worldview that prioritizes the material over the spiritual, the archons effectively keep individuals disconnected from their true selves and the divine spark within. The manifestation of the archons in daily life. The influence of the archons manifests in the pervasive societal pressures to conform to certain standards of success and happiness. This can be seen in the relentless pursuit of wealth, status, and power, at the expense of spiritual and personal development. On a more personal level, the archons' influence can be observed in the self-doubt, fear, and limiting beliefs that prevent individuals from realizing their full potential and pursuing their true calling. Overcoming the influence of the archons. Transcending the influence of the archons is essential for achieving personal growth and spiritual enlightenment. This process involves recognizing their presence and influence, both externally in the world and internally within one's psyche, and adopting strategies to overcome their constraints. 1. Awareness and acknowledgement. The first step in overcoming the archons is to become aware of their influence in one's life. This involves a critical examination of the societal norms and personal beliefs that dictate one's choices and behaviors, recognizing where they may not align with one's true spiritual aspirations. 2. Cultivating inner strength and sovereignty. Building inner strength through practices such as meditation, prayer, and self-reflection empowers individuals to reclaim their sovereignty from the archons. Developing a strong sense of self and a deep connection to the divine enables individuals to stand firm against external pressures and internal doubts that seek to divert them from their spiritual path. 3. Embracing authenticity and purpose. Transcending the archons involves a conscious choice to live authentically, in alignment with one's true purpose and divine nature. This means making choices that reflect one's deepest values and aspirations, rather than succumbing to societal expectations or superficial success metrics. By prioritizing personal and spiritual growth over material gains, individuals can weaken the archon's hold on their lives. 4. Seeking knowledge and understanding. Gnosis, or spiritual knowledge, is a powerful tool against the archons. Engaging in the study of spiritual texts, exploring various wisdom traditions, and seeking guidance from enlightened teachers can illuminate the path beyond the material illusions the archons perpetuate. This pursuit of knowledge fosters a deeper understanding of the universe and one's place within it, helping to dispel the ignorance that the archons rely on to maintain their influence. 5. Fostering community and support. The journey of overcoming the archon's influence does not have to be undertaken alone. Building relationships with like-minded individuals who share a commitment to personal and spiritual growth can provide support, encouragement, and shared wisdom. Community acts as a bulwark against the isolation and alienation that the archons use to keep individuals trapped in materialism and egocentric pursuits. Real-life application. Imagine someone entrenched in a high-pressure career that prioritizes wealth and status above all else. Gradually recognizing the emptiness of this pursuit. By acknowledging the influence of the archons in their life, they begin to seek deeper meaning and connection. They may start to meditate, explore spiritual literature, and join communities that share their emerging values. Over time, this person shifts their focus from external achievements to internal growth, finding fulfillment in acts of kindness, creative expression, and spiritual practices that honor their true self and connection to the divine. The journey to transcend the archons is a pivotal aspect of personal and spiritual development. It challenges individuals to confront and overcome the external and internal forces that obstruct their path to enlightenment. By cultivating awareness, inner strength, authenticity, knowledge, and community, one can break free from the archon's influence and move closer to realizing their divine essence and true purpose. This process not only facilitates personal growth, but also contributes to the collective awakening, as each individual's liberation from the archon's grasp adds to the elevation of human consciousness. Navigating beyond the demiurge's deception for personal growth. The concept of the demiurge is one of the most intriguing and challenging aspects of Gnostic thought, representing the entity responsible for the creation of the physical universe and the illusionary nature of the material world. In Gnostic traditions, the demiurge is often depicted as a being who, either through ignorance or malevolence, ensnares human souls in a physical existence, keeping them oblivious to their true divine origin. Understanding and overcoming the deceptive influence of the demiurge is essential for anyone on the path of personal and spiritual growth. The nature of the demiurge. The demiurge, from a Gnostic perspective, symbolizes the force behind the material world's allure and the various societal constructs that reinforce attachment to physical existence. This entity's role is not just as a creator but as a barrier to spiritual awareness, promoting a reality based on separation, competition, and materialism. The demiurge's world is one of illusion, where the transient pleasures and achievements of the material realm distract souls from their spiritual journey and divine heritage, the manifestation of the demiurge in daily life. In contemporary terms, the influence of the demiurge can be seen in the overwhelming emphasis on material success, the pursuit of power, and the external validation that dominate modern life. This can manifest as an obsession with accumulating wealth, a relentless drive for professional achievement at the expense of personal and spiritual well-being, or a pervasive sense of competition that divides rather than unites humanity. Overcoming the influence of the demiurge. Transcending the demiurge's influence requires a profound reorientation of one's values and perceptions, from a focus on external material achievements to an emphasis on internal spiritual growth. Here are strategies to navigate beyond the demiurge's deception. 1. Cultivating spiritual awareness. The foundation for overcoming the demiurge's influence is the development of spiritual awareness. This involves recognizing the illusory nature of much of the physical world and the societal values it upholds. Practices such as meditation, mindfulness, and prayer can help deepen one's connection to the divine, fostering a sense of inner peace and understanding that transcends material concerns. 2. Embracing non-attachment. Learning to hold loosely to material possessions and societal status can diminish the demiurge's hold on one's life. This doesn't necessarily mean renouncing all material goods or ambitions, but rather understanding their transient nature and not allowing them to define one's identity or sense of worth. 3. Seeking inner fulfillment. Shifting focus from external sources of happiness to internal ones is crucial in overcoming the demiurge's deception. This might involve pursuing personal passions, engaging in creative endeavors, or contributing to the well-being of others, activities that provide a sense of fulfillment that material success cannot. 4. Valuing community and connection. Recognizing the interconnectedness of all life challenges the demiurge's illusion of separation. By fostering genuine relationships and engaging in community life, individuals can experience a sense of belonging and unity that counters the competitive, divisive mentality promoted by the demiurge. 5. Pursuing wisdom and knowledge. Engaging with spiritual texts, philosophies, and teachings can offer insights into the nature of reality and one's place within it. This pursuit of wisdom helps to dispel the illusions fostered by the demiurge, illuminating the path to true understanding and liberation. Real-life application. Consider the journey of Jordan, who, after years of climbing the corporate ladder, realized that this path offered little in terms of genuine happiness or fulfillment. A deep sense of disillusionment prompted Jordan to explore spiritual teachings, where they encountered the concept of the demiurge. This understanding sparked a profound transformation, leading Jordan to seek fulfillment in volunteer work, mindfulness practices, and the cultivation of meaningful relationships. Jordan's shift away from materialism towards a more spiritually oriented life exemplifies overcoming the demiurge's influence, embodying a journey towards authenticity, connection, and inner peace. Overcoming the influence of the demiurge is a pivotal step in the journey of personal and spiritual growth. It involves recognizing and moving beyond the illusions of the material world, cultivating a deeper spiritual awareness, and finding fulfillment in the enduring values of love, community, and inner peace. By navigating beyond the demiurge's deception, individuals can reclaim their divine essence and embark on a path of true enlightenment and liberation. Addressing the Heilig mindset for profound personal growth. The concept of the Heilig in Gnostic philosophy refers to a state of being deeply entrenched in the physical and material aspects of life, often at the expense of spiritual awareness and development. Individuals with a Heilig mindset are primarily focused on the tangible sensory experiences of the world, neglecting the profound intangible dimensions of existence. This mindset is not merely about enjoying material pleasures, but is characterized by a profound identification with the material world as the ultimate reality. Overcoming this limited perspective is essential for anyone seeking to achieve a deeper level of personal and spiritual growth. Understanding the Heilig mindset. The Heilig mindset is deeply rooted in the belief that physical reality, with its pleasures, pains, and possessions, constitutes the entirety of existence. This worldview is often reinforced by societal norms and values that prioritize material success, physical beauty, and sensory gratification above all else. Individuals dominated by this mindset may find themselves trapped in a cycle of desire and dissatisfaction, as the material world can never fully satiate the longing for deeper meaning and connection. Manifestations of the Heilig mindset in daily life. In contemporary society, the Heilig mindset manifests in various forms, from the relentless pursuit of wealth and status to an obsession with physical appearance and consumerism. It's visible in the cultural preoccupation with celebrities, the glorification of material possessions, and the constant bombardment by advertising that equates happiness with the acquisition of goods. This mindset leads to a disconnection from one's inner self and the spiritual dimensions of life, fostering a sense of emptiness and disorientation. Strategies for overcoming the Heilig mindset. The journey away from a Heilig mindset towards a more balanced and spiritually aware existence involves several key shifts in perception and practice. 1. Cultivating mindfulness and presence. Engaging in practices that enhance mindfulness, such as meditation, yoga, or simply spending time in nature, can help individuals become more aware of the present moment and the intangible aspects of existence. This awareness can foster a deeper appreciation for life beyond material possessions and sensory experiences. 2. Exploring spiritual traditions. Delving into spiritual traditions and teachings can offer valuable insights into the nature of reality and the human experience. Such exploration can provide a broader context for understanding life, encouraging a shift in focus from material accumulation to spiritual growth and enlightenment. 3. Valuing simplicity and contentment. Adopting a lifestyle that values simplicity and contentment over constant acquisition and consumption can help reduce the hold of the Heilig mindset. This may involve decluttering one's physical environment, practicing gratitude for what one already has, and finding joy in simple pleasures. 4. Engaging in self-reflection. Regular self-reflection can help individuals identify and challenge the beliefs and values that reinforce their Heilig mindset. By questioning societal definitions of success and happiness, one can begin to redefine these concepts in more spiritually fulfilling terms. 5. Fostering meaningful connections. Prioritizing relationships and community over material gain can lead to a more fulfilling and connected life. Engaging with others in meaningful ways, whether through shared activities, spiritual practices, or community service, can provide a sense of belonging and purpose that material possessions cannot. Real-life application. Imagine someone deeply caught in the cycle of consumerism, constantly seeking the next purchase to fill an inner void. After experiencing a moment of clarity during a quiet walk in nature, this individual begins to question their lifestyle and values. They start practicing mindfulness, exploring spiritual teachings, and simplifying their life, gradually shifting away from a Heilig mindset. Through this process, they discover a profound sense of peace and fulfillment that no material possession had ever provided, illustrating the transformative power of moving beyond material identification towards spiritual awareness. Transcending the Heilig mindset is a crucial step for those seeking to deepen their personal and spiritual growth. By cultivating mindfulness, exploring spiritual traditions, valuing simplicity, engaging in self-reflection, and fostering meaningful connections, individuals can overcome the limitations of a material-focused existence. This journey not only enriches one's own life, but also contributes to a more conscious, connected, and spiritually aware society. Navigating false beliefs and dogma for personal and spiritual growth. The challenge of confronting and transcending false beliefs and dogma represents a significant step in the journey towards personal and spiritual growth. In Gnostic thought, these constructs often stand as formidable barriers to enlightenment, ensnaring individuals in a web of unexamined truths and externally imposed convictions. False beliefs and dogma can limit one's understanding of the self, the divine, and the universe, promoting a rigid worldview that stifles spiritual inquiry and personal development. Understanding false beliefs and dogma. False beliefs and dogma refer to the rigid set of doctrines or principles set forth by religious, societal, or cultural institutions that individuals are encouraged, or even coerced, to accept without question. These can manifest as literal interpretations of religious texts, societal norms that define morality and success, or cultural beliefs that dictate behavior and identity. While not inherently negative, when these beliefs and dogmas are accepted uncritically, they can become obstacles to personal insight, spiritual awakening, and the pursuit of truth. The impact of false beliefs and dogma. Adherence to unexamined dogmas and beliefs can lead to a life lived in accordance with someone else's rules, rather than through a genuine understanding of one's own values and spirituality. This uncritical acceptance often results in internal conflicts, spiritual dissatisfaction, and the sense that one is living out of alignment with one's true self. It can stifle the natural human quest for deeper understanding and meaning, leading to a spiritual stagnation that hinders personal growth and the realization of one's potential. Strategies for overcoming false beliefs and dogma. The process of moving beyond false beliefs and dogma involves a multifaceted approach, focusing on critical thinking, personal exploration, and spiritual practice. 1. Cultivating critical thinking. Encouraging an attitude of skepticism and inquiry towards established beliefs and doctrines is the first step in overcoming dogmatic thinking. This doesn't mean adopting a cynical view of all traditions, but rather maintaining a healthy sense of inquiry and being willing to question and explore rather than blindly accept. 2. Personal exploration and experience. True spiritual understanding and personal growth come from direct experience and introspection. Engaging with various spiritual practices, meditation, and reflective exercises can help individuals discover their own truths rather than relying solely on external teachings. 3. Expanding one's horizons. Exposure to diverse belief systems, philosophies, and cultures can broaden one's perspective and challenge preconceived notions. This exploration can illuminate the common threads that run through all human spiritual endeavors, fostering a more inclusive and nuanced understanding of spirituality. 4. Embracing uncertainty. Part of overcoming dogma involves becoming comfortable with ambiguity and uncertainty. Recognizing that spiritual truth may not always be clear-cut or definitive encourages a more open and adaptable approach to personal and spiritual growth. 5. Building a personal philosophy. As individuals question and move beyond false beliefs and dogma, they have the opportunity to develop a personal philosophy that aligns with their experiences, values, and understanding of the world. This personalized approach to spirituality and life can lead to a more fulfilling and authentic existence. Real-life application. Consider the journey of someone raised within a strict religious tradition, who begins to feel that the dogmatic teachings of their community don't fully resonate with their personal experiences and understanding of the divine. By embarking on a path of exploration, studying other religious texts, engaging in different forms of spiritual practice, and connecting with individuals from diverse backgrounds, they start to form a more personal and inclusive spiritual perspective. This journey of inquiry not only enriches their understanding, but also empowers them to live a life more aligned with their true beliefs and values. Navigating the landscape of false beliefs and dogma is a crucial endeavor for anyone committed to personal and spiritual growth. By cultivating critical thinking, engaging in personal exploration, expanding one's horizons, embracing uncertainty, and building a personal philosophy, individuals can transcend the limitations imposed by uncritically accepted beliefs. This process fosters a more authentic, enlightened, and fulfilling path of spiritual and personal development, marked by a profound sense of freedom and self-discovery. Embracing and transcending fear on the path to personal growth. Fear is a universal experience, yet in the context of Gnostic teachings and personal growth, it represents one of the most significant obstacles to spiritual enlightenment and the realization of one's true potential. Fear, especially the fear of the unknown, change, or death, can paralyze individuals, preventing them from pursuing their spiritual path, exploring deeper truths, or embracing their divine essence. Understanding fear and personal growth. Fear operates on many levels, affecting not only our physical reactions but also our emotional and spiritual well-being. It can manifest as anxiety about the future, resistance to change, or dread of spiritual unknowns, such as the concept of the afterlife or the nature of the divine. In Gnostic terms, fear is often seen as a tool used by lower powers, such as the archons, to keep individuals bound to the material realm and disconnected from their spiritual nature. The impact of fear. The impact of fear is profound, as it can inhibit exploration, creativity, and the willingness to question conventional beliefs. It fosters attachment to safety, predictability, and the familiar, at the expense of growth, freedom, and the pursuit of higher knowledge. Fear can lead to a life lived within artificially narrow boundaries, where the true self and its vast capabilities remain unexplored and unexpressed. Strategies for overcoming fear. Transcending fear is not about eliminating it entirely, but about learning to recognize, understand, and move beyond it. Here are strategies to help navigate and transcend fear on the path to personal and spiritual growth. 1. Mindfulness and awareness. Practicing mindfulness can help individuals become more aware of their fears, observing them without judgment. This awareness is the first step in understanding the roots of fear and beginning to address its hold on one's life. 2. Facing fears directly. Consciously choosing to face fears rather than avoiding them can lead to significant personal breakthroughs. This might involve taking risks, trying new experiences, or engaging in spiritual practices that challenge one's comfort zones. 3. Seeking understanding. Often, fear stems from a lack of understanding about the nature of existence, the self, or the divine. Pursuing knowledge through study, dialogue, and contemplation can dispel misconceptions and illuminate the spiritual truths that alleviate fear. 4. Cultivating faith and trust. Developing a deeper sense of faith in the benevolence of the universe and the protective presence of higher powers can provide comfort and courage. Trusting in one's inner guidance and the journey of the soul helps mitigate fear of the unknown. 5. Connecting with community. Sharing fears and vulnerabilities within a supportive community can lessen their intensity. Engaging with others on similar spiritual paths offers perspective, encouragement, and the realization that one is not alone in facing these challenges. Real-life application. Consider the experience of someone grappling with the fear of leaving a secure, well-paying job to follow a calling that promises less stability but greater personal fulfillment and alignment with spiritual values. By practicing mindfulness, they become aware of their underlying fears of financial insecurity and social judgment. Facing these fears directly, they might experiment with small steps toward their calling, while seeking knowledge about alternative lifestyles that prioritize spiritual and personal growth over material success. Cultivating trust in their path and connecting with a community of like-minded individuals, they gradually find the courage to make a significant change, discovering a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment in the process. Fear, while a natural part of the human experience, need not be a barrier to personal growth and spiritual enlightenment. By practicing mindfulness, facing fears directly, seeking understanding, cultivating faith, and connecting with supportive communities, individuals can transcend fear's limiting influence. This journey beyond fear opens the door to a life of greater freedom, authenticity, and alignment with one's divine essence, embodying the transformative potential of personal and spiritual development. Overcoming ego and false identity for enlightenment and growth. In Gnostic teachings, the concept of ego and false identity stands as a significant barrier to personal and spiritual enlightenment. The ego, in this context, is not just a sense of self-esteem or importance, but rather the constructed self that is defined by one's achievements, possessions, and social status. This false identity is built upon external validations and the illusory distinctions that separate the individual from the unity of all existence. Overcoming the grip of ego and the false identities it creates is crucial for anyone on the path toward true personal growth and understanding of their divine nature. Understanding ego and false identity. The ego thrives on differentiation, comparison, and competition. It seeks to affirm itself through achievements, material success, and recognition from others, leading to a cycle of endless striving and dissatisfaction. The false identity, meanwhile, is the persona or image that one presents to the world, often shaped by societal expectations and cultural norms. This facade can prevent individuals from recognizing their true selves and the inherent divinity within. The impact of ego and false identity. The dominance of ego and attachment to a false identity can lead to a disconnection from one's deeper spiritual self. It fosters a life driven by fear of not being enough, fear of losing what one has, and fear of not being accepted. This fear can inhibit genuine personal and spiritual growth, as it keeps individuals trapped in a superficial reality, disconnected from the truth of their existence and the interconnectedness of all life. Strategies for overcoming ego and false identity. Transcending the ego and false identity involves a conscious effort to reconnect with one's essence and the universal divine. This transformative journey includes several key practices. 1. Mindfulness and self-reflection. Regular practices of mindfulness and meditation can help individuals observe their thoughts and actions without attachment, recognizing the workings of the ego and the constructed nature of their identities. Self-reflection allows for a deeper understanding of the motivations behind one's actions and the liberation from ego-driven behaviors. 2. Embracing impermanence. Understanding and accepting the impermanent nature of life and the material world can loosen the ego's grip. By recognizing that possessions, achievements, and even relationships are transient, individuals can focus on the eternal aspects of their being and the spiritual journey. 3. Cultivating humility and compassion. Humility, fostered through the recognition of one's limitations and the acknowledgement of the divine spark within all beings, can counteract the ego's arrogance. Compassion extends this understanding outward, recognizing the interconnectedness of all life and fostering a sense of unity and love. 4. Valuing inner growth over external achievements. Shifting focus from external validation to internal development encourages a detachment from the ego and false identity. Valuing virtues such as wisdom, kindness, and integrity over material success or social status aligns one closer to their true self and spiritual path. 5. Engaging in authentic relationships. Fostering relationships that are based on authenticity, vulnerability, and spiritual connection can help dismantle the false identities maintained for social acceptance. True connections encourage individuals to be their genuine selves, supporting each other's growth and spiritual journey. Real-life application. Imagine someone deeply entangled in a life defined by career success, social status, and the accumulation of wealth. A personal crisis or moment of deep introspection prompts a re-evaluation of these values, leading to the realization that true fulfillment has been elusive. By adopting practices of mindfulness, engaging in self-reflection, and gradually shifting their focus towards inner development and authentic relationships, this individual begins to peel away the layers of ego and false identity. Through this process, they discover a sense of peace and contentment in simply being, connected to a deeper reality beyond the superficial constructs of society. Overcoming the challenges posed by ego and false identity is a pivotal step on the path to enlightenment and true personal growth. By cultivating mindfulness, embracing impermanence, practicing humility and compassion, valuing inner growth, and engaging in authentic relationships, individuals can transcend the limitations of the ego. This journey leads to a profound reconnection with one's true self and the divine essence, fostering a life of meaning, fulfillment, and unity with all existence. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe to get more empowering content when it drops. And if you'd like to support the channel, you can pick up the Kindle version of this content through the link in the description below. Thank you, and be blessed on your journey.